What is up, guys? It is Bucket Mouth Bass back here again today, and I'm sure you guys already saw the title. Today we are going to be comparing Shimano versus Abu Garcia. These two companies are two of the biggest juggernauts in the fishing industry today. Before we dive into it here today, if y'all have not subscribed, I make tons of fishing videos here on this channel. I take stuff out and put it to the test, and I make comparison and versus videos like this one here today. So if you have not subscribed, go down, hit that subscribe button and the bell so you do not miss anything I make in the future. But let's go ahead and cue the intro along with the epic music. Before we dive into the review itself, today's video is going to be broken up into 6 different categories here today. Number 1 is going to be the durability. Number 2 is going to be the braking systems. Number 3 is going to be the actual designs and colors of both reels. Number 4 is going to be the affordability when it comes to Shimano and Abu Garcia. Number 5 is going to be the castability and my experiences with both of these brands. Number 6 is going to be the smoothness of each reel and which one I think is more smooth. Then after I go through those 6 subcategories here in today's video, I'm going to give y'all my final thoughts and impressions over Shimano and Abu Garcia reels and which one I would buy if I were you guys. And keep in mind, I have the Shimano Sitka I right here on the table and the Abu Garcia Ultramax. I'll leave a link to a review I made about this one up top right now and down below in case you want to finish this video here today. And keep in mind, I do have a Shimano Scorpion DC and I have the Abu Garcia Black Max spinning combo and the Black Max casting reel as well. So I do not just have one Shimano reel and one Abu Garcia reel. I actually have multiple reels in each of these brands. All right, let's start off with number 1 on today's list, the durability of each reel. So we're gonna go ahead and start off with the Shimano here today. This reel I've had over a year now, and I've had the Shimano Scorpion DC over a year as well. If you missed a review about that, I'll leave a link up top and down below again. But they have both held up great. I have had absolutely no problems, and keep in mind I go fishing at least once a week. Usually I use my Shimano Sitka and Scorpion DC out on the lake, but I have had no problems or difficulties with either of these reels. They have both held up very good, and the build quality, when I hold it in my hand, it is very solid. Everything feels compact and tightened down. Some other reels I have had in the past, not between these two brands, have been real loose and flimsy, so I do not have that same problem with Shimano reels. Now moving on to the Abu Garcia Ultramax reel over here and Abu Garcia reels in general. This thing is a complete tank, and keep in mind I paid $50 for the Abu Garcia Ultramax combo, so that means I got the rod and the reel here today for only 50 bucks. This thing, if you guys have seen my channel for a while, this is my main fishing setup for when I go out to ponds. I throw this thing all over the dirt. I get weeds and garbage all over it. Honestly, I treat this thing like complete garbage, but just by looking at it you actually cannot tell that I treat it that badly because it just holds up so well, and I have had absolutely no problems with this reel. And both of these reels, when fighting fish, they hold up very well. I have not had any problems with either of these reels. So before we move on to the next category here today, the paint jobs on both of these reels are excellent. They both look great, but they also hold up very well if you throw it around and stuff like that. Like I said earlier, I throw this reel all over the ground and the dirt and it doesn't even look like it. It still looks great. And the Shimano Sitka, I do take better care of this because I actually paid $100 for this one. I don't throw it around as much as this one, but I do not take the best care of this one either, but it still looks very good. Now we're gonna talk about the braking systems that both companies offer. So we're gonna go ahead and start off with Abu Garcia this time. This particular reel I have only has a magnetic braking system. This reel is a budget reel, so that is to be expected. But the magnetic braking system on this Abu Garcia reel works very well. I can still cast it very far without having the problem of birds nesting it a ton. So in that category, the braking system on this is very solid. And of course, if you buy a more high-end Abu Garcia bait casting reel, you will get the same magnetic braking system, but you will also get a centrifugal braking system on the inside. So obviously, if you spend more money, you're gonna get a few extra features, but in my opinion, the magnetic braking system is more than enough. I can fine tune it exactly how I want it, and I can still cast it very far, as I was saying earlier, and I do not have a problem with it birds nesting on me. So now moving over to the Shimano Sitka I, keep in mind I paid $100 for this reel only, and I paid $50 for the Abu Garcia rod and reel combo. But the braking system that comes with the Shimano Sitka and many other Shimano reels, this one comes with the Shimano SVS Infinity braking system, and in my opinion, I love the braking system on Shimano reels. You have that outside dial where you can set it from 1 to 6, and you have the centrifugal settings on the inside. You have either 4 pins or 6 pins depending on which Shimano you decide to pick up, and in my opinion, you can fine tune this reel even more than you can fine tune this one. So I really love the fact that you can really set your brakes exactly how you want it. And keep in mind, that does help when you're fishing a little bit lighter baits, because you really need to be able to fine tune that braking system when you're throwing something very light. And again, I don't have any problems birds nesting these Shimano reels either. So in my opinion, I do think the Shimano reels come with the better braking system, but at the same time, you have to pay more money to be able to buy a Shimano reel. But both brake settings on both brands work very well in my opinion. And if you guys disagree with anything I say in today's video, do not be afraid to let me know down below. Now let's move on to number 3 on the list here today, the design of both of the reels. So in my opinion, the Abu Garcia reels look very nice in my opinion. The paint jobs look good, and the design of the reels all look very good. You cannot go wrong if you're buying an Abu Garcia reel. All the reels in my opinion look good. Again, if you disagree with me, let me know down below. Now moving on to the Shimano reels. The Shimano reels in my opinion do look better than the Abu Garcia reels. I don't know why, but I just really love the designs that Shimano offers. As you can see right here, the Shimano Sitka I looks very futuristic in my opinion, and it has that nice sparkly paint job, so it looks very high end. And keep in mind, I only paid $100 for this, and it looks like a more high-end Shimano, maybe like the Onteras or even the Metanium. So they do not slack on the paint job even if you buy the more budget reel like I have here. The last thing about the design of these two reels, in my opinion, the Abu Garcia reels, especially the more budget ones, are a little bit harder to palm in my opinion. I can palm the Shimano reels a lot easier because they are slightly more compact. They're not as large as the Abu Garcia reels, but that's just my personal opinion. If you guys disagree or have had a different experience, let me know down below. Now moving on to number 4 on the list here today, affordability, one of the biggest factors in today's comparison. So obviously, Shimano only offers reels in the medium to high price point range. So if you're a budget angler and don't want to spend a lot of money to go out and fish, which I know a lot of you guys don't, and in my opinion, I do not like to spend too much money fishing either, but I did decide to make the investment anyways. But as I was saying, if you're looking for an inexpensive fishing reel or fishing combo, Shimano does not offer anything in that. Everything is separate that you can buy when it comes to Shimano. If you want to buy a Shimano reel, you cannot buy a rod and reel combo from Shimano. If I'm wrong, let me know down in the comments. But in my personal experience, I have never seen a Shimano bait casting combo. They do have a few spinning combos, but when it comes to casting rod and reels, they do not offer any combos. But when you jump over to the Abu Garcia side of things here today, you can buy a ton of inexpensive combos. You can buy the Ultra Max like I have here. They have the Black Max, the Silver Max, the Pro Max if you want that faster gear ratio. So there is a ton of inexpensive options when you are looking to buy an Abu Garcia, but there are absolutely no inexpensive options when you're looking to buy a Shimano reel. The cheapest reel I think you can buy is about $80 when if you're looking to buy a Shimano, and that is only for the reel, so it's not very budget in my own opinion. So Shimano reels are definitely not for anglers on any kind of a budget, but Abu Garcia is great if you don't want to break the bank and still want a very high quality and durable fishing reel or rod, or even a combo. Now we're gonna talk about number 5 on the list here today, the castability. In my opinion, both of these reels cast very smoothly and very far. So when it comes to castability, there's not much to say about either of these brands. Both perform very good and cast very smooth. And if you're fighting a fish and that fish is pulling drag, the drag on both of these reels is very smooth, and with any other Abu Garcia or Shimano reel, it's going to be very smooth as well. And all the settings on both of these reels are very easy to use. The star drag, the tension knob, the brake settings, everything is simple to use. It is not difficult to use anything or fine-tune your braking system or tension knob or anything else on these reels. So it's nice that it's really easy to use when you're out fishing. Now we're going to talk about number 6 before I give y'all my final impressions here today. Both of these reels are super smooth, and just the fact that a $50 Abu Garcia reel can even compare to a $100 Shimano reel is incredible in my own opinion. This reel is very smooth. Obviously the Shimano I have here today is more smooth than this one just because it is more expensive, but if you buy a more expensive Abu Garcia reel, it will be even closer to the Shimano when it comes to that smoothness factor. But in my own opinion, Shimano reels are the most smooth reels that you can buy on the market today. Things are always changing in the fishing industry, so maybe somebody else will come along and make it even better, or maybe Abu Garcia will make their reels even more smooth in the future. But just in my opinion, the Shimano reels are more smooth than the Abu Garcia reels, even when you're comparing more expensive Abu Garcias to more expensive Shimanos. That's just my own opinion. So if you buy an Abu Garcia reel or you buy a Shimano reel, you're gonna get a smooth reel either way. Abu Garcia doesn't offer anything that's not smooth, and the same thing applies to Shimano reels. You can't buy a Shimano that's not smooth in my opinion. So it's really hard to screw it up when you're looking to buy because both of these brands are very solid. Alright, that does it for all the subcategories here today. Now I'm gonna tell you guys which one I like better and which one I think you guys should go spend your hard-earned money on. Keep in mind, I'm not sponsored by either company here today. I used my own money to go out and buy both of these fishing reels, so I had to work for that money and actually go buy it myself, like I'm sure you guys do. If you guys are looking for something more budget and less expensive, Abu Garcia is definitely your choice here today. They have a lot more budget options when you're looking to buy rod and reels or combos like I was saying earlier. So if you're a budget conscious angler, I would just totally ignore Shimano and go with Abu Garcia. Who knows, maybe Shimano will start to compete a little bit more on that budget range. Maybe they'll come out with a reel that's comparable to the Abu Garcia Ultra Max here, or even the Abu Garcia Black Max. But if you guys don't want to spend a lot of money, I would definitely go with Abu Garcia. But at the same time, this is just my own opinion, obviously. But if you have the money and are not as budget conscious, I would definitely go with the Shimano if you're looking to spend $100 or more. Their reels are super solid, and as I was saying earlier, they are some of the most smooth reels on the market. And if you're looking to buy something for $150 or even $200, you can actually go out and purchase a Shimano DC reel. The cheapest one they have available at the time I'm making this video is the Shimano SLX DC for only $150. $180. So in my opinion, I would rather buy a Shimano DC reel for $200 than just buy a normal high-end Abu Garcia for $200. But again, that's just what I think. So like I was saying, if you're budget conscious, definitely go with an Abu Garcia reel or rod or combo. But if you have a few extra dollars and you do not mind spending a little bit more, I would definitely go with Shimano. When you start getting up to that $150 and even $200 price point, Shimano offers a lot more features than Abu Garcia. Like I was saying earlier, you can buy that DC reel, or you can get reels that are even more smooth than this one I have here today. So in my opinion, both of these brands are great, and I cannot choose one over the other. Both of these brands have a specific purpose in the fishing market. This is a lot better for budget anglers, but this is a lot better if you want to spend a little bit more money. If you guys think I left out anything here in today's video or disagreed with anything, please let me know down in the comments. But if y'all made it all the way to this point of the video, do not forget to hit that subscribe button and the bell down below so you do not miss anything. But thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for more comparison videos.